in East Minnesota.
Anytime Auto Sales.
Collins Siding has been the region's premier window siding, door, and gutter installation specialist since 1974. They use only the highest quality materials and never compromise on their workmanship. Collins Siding is licensed, bonded, and their estimates always include labor, materials, and applicable permits and taxes. Collins Siding has been providing top quality service and exceeding high standards for over 45 years, and you can find out how by visiting them at 2016 Cherry Avenue. Collins Siding, 2016 Cherry Avenue, Rapid City.
Hi, this is David Brenneman with Coldwell Banker Black Hills Legacy in Rapid City. With today's home values, right now could be a great time to sell your home. The Black Hills housing market is competitive, and I would love to help you get top dollar for your home. I have been selling real estate and attracting buyers in Rapid City for nearly 20 years. When it comes to buying or selling, experience matters. If you're thinking of selling your current home, let me put my expertise to work for you. Just Google David Brenneman, Coldwell Banker. List it, sell it, and move on. With me, David Brenneman, Coldwell Banker.
In towns all across South Dakota, it's your banker, the kids' Little League coach, and your brother-in-law who are the firefighters, EMTs, and first responders. So when you drink and drive, the whole town will know it, because they're the first on the scene, and maybe the last faces you see. Do the first responders in your town a favor. Volunteer to be the designated driver. You be the hero, and give them the night off. Brought to you by the South Dakota Office of Highway Safety, the South Dakota Broadcasters Association, and this station.
KIMM Rapid City and K294BT Rapid City, the Black Hills Sports Station, 106.7 FM and 1150 AM. Fox Sports Rapid City.
Philadelphia Phillies star Bryce Harper has posted a statement regarding a cameo video he made that FanDuel sent to a VIP bettor who was $1.5 million in debt. Harper said in part, quote, FanDuel put its own logo on the video and used it as a gambling promotion. I did not consent to it, and they had no right to do it, unquote. Now, the NBA, the Los Angeles Lakers are signing free agent forward Zaire Williams, previously of the Brooklyn Nets, to a one-year, $3 million deal. MMA fighter Conor McGregor announced on Instagram today that he'll have surgery on his right knee and plans to fight again and fulfill at least the final fight of his present UFC contract. McGregor injured his knee during the first round of Saturday's loss to Max Holloway at UFC 329 in Vegas. I'm Isaac Lowenkron.
It's time for South Dakota's Sports Talk Show. This is the Nate Brown Show, featuring live callers, great interviews, and thought-provoking sports talk. From the biggest national names to the hottest stories across South Dakota. Welcome to the Nate Brown Show. Here's your host, Nate Brown.
All right, welcome in. We're glad to be back. Glad you're here. Let's get ready to go. Let's do it upright tonight. We're ready to go back from a vacation. Can I do another one? Well, we might do another one. We're back on a Monday at South Dakota Sports Talk Show. Welcome in the Nate Brown Show. It is always a great day in South Dakota, even when it is 100 or more. Has it been a little hot? I mean, I went on vacation, spent some time in Las Vegas. That's hot. That's supposed to be hot. Now it's been hot in South Dakota. Let's get after it tonight. Hope you had a great week, a great 4th. We took a break, took a week, and now we're back, and let's get ready to go. What do we got popping tonight? A lot of things across the board and good stuff across the board. The Nate Brown Show live. We're on Fox Sports Radio, KWSN Sioux Falls. Welcome in, and Fox Sports Rapid City. Glad to be back myself. You got to get back into the swing of things here. Do I remember how to do this? I hope so. We are on Twitter right now. You call it X, I call it Twitter. It's at Nate Brown Show. Follow us, watch us live at Nate Brown Show. Welcome in on X. Also YouTube right now, The Nate Brown Show. Bring us up on YouTube. You can watch us live, The Nate Brown Show. And finally, right here on Fox Sports Radio, our great affiliates across South Dakota. Let's look at the guest lineup. We'll get you popping, throw out the number, get you in on the show tonight. You've been waiting for a week. I hope you've taken a little summer break and all that stuff as well. Let's get to the guest lineup. Brian Noe is in. My first show back. We got to go with the Noe Show. Brian Noe, live from Las Vegas, Fox Sports Radio, national host of Countdown. Noe is in today to get us started. We'll go to the NFL. Frank Schwab on tap tonight. He's ranking the teams going into the season, and he's up to, what's he up to, number 18? We won't go through every team, but number 18 today and the top 10 best QBs. You saw this come out today. What do you think? Frank Schwab's on from Yahoo Sports live from Denver, and out to Zach Borg. He's going to the Valley Media Day tomorrow. You got football starting up. Whenever you get into the media days, that college football's right around the corner. They say summer's on the back end now. I know it's after the 4th and the whole thing. That means football is coming. Zach Borg is on Midwest Sports Plus. We'll talk FCS and more, plus a Reaction Monday with Rob Keighron back and ready to go. Rob was out taking a break as well. Saw him playing some golf yesterday. We'll get into that. Rob Keighron, you know we have to. A Reaction Monday with national radio host Rob Keighron on the Nate Brown Show tonight. Next hour. Number, if you've forgotten it, don't worry. It's the Pizza Ranch Studio Hotline, 605-720-1067. My gosh, I'm out a week, and we act like it's been a month. I mean, we're okay. 605-720-1067. Hit us on the Pizza Ranch Studio Hotline. Also, Barron's Wilson text line ready to go. 605-720-1067. Same number. If you can't call, text the show on the Barron's Wilson text line. We're set. Housekeeping in order. Let's get popping today. So I've got a couple of things here. Normally I wouldn't, and I won't. I won't bore you with my vacation. I mean, nobody wants that. You don't care. You don't give a rip. I'm not going to bore you with my vacation, but I did have some sports experiences. And I think this is valid. This is legit. I'm going to bring this to the audience tonight. I thought about it. I was lucky to have some sports experiences on my vacation with my family. And by the way, I think my wife lets me do that, so I appreciate that. I don't just have to go somewhere and sightsee, although I like it. It's good. I got to mix in a little bit of sports every time I do some vacation of some sort. So what I did, if you missed this, you're joining us tonight, this Monday, July 13th. What I did is I started the trip in Las Vegas, started the trip with 4th of July, Las Vegas, and the Caitlin Clark Aces game, July 5th. Then we spent a week in California, the surfing, learning to surf, can you believe it? Surfing, beach, that's good stuff. And then I went back to Vegas, not for a sports experience, but I did end up having one. So let me just start with this, and I'll get to my question of the day for you. I have some things that I learned. You know what you have to do when you get older like me? You can learn things all the time, and I have my top 5 sports observations on my vacation, okay? And this is important, by the way. You may agree with me, you may disagree. I have my top 5 sports observations from this past week. Not a lot happened in sports, but I had 5 top things happen. I'm going to go. Number 5 tonight on my vacation. Here's what I experienced. As I'm walking through the hotels in Las Vegas, I'm walking through. Who do you think I see? I don't know, maybe, 20% of the crowd? Is that a little high? But maybe not. 15% of the crowd? You're going to say, well, that's not a huge number. I'm telling you, as I walk through the middle of hotels, huge hotels, who do I see? I see young kids in jerseys from all over the place. And so what do I mean by this? So many young kids, or we're talking young, playing in youth tournaments there in Las Vegas. Now, I understand Las Vegas, it's a hub. They got massive tournaments. They have basketball going on. They had volleyball going on. I saw so many kids, and dare I say, too many young kids traveling to Las Vegas for their family vacation to play in the elite basketball tournament or whatever it is. Maybe they're having fun. I'm just telling you, we've talked about the business of youth sports. There are so many. And here's what I will say. If I'm 12, I probably don't need to go to Las Vegas to play against the elite team from Henderson, Nevada. I mean, I probably don't need to do it. If you did it, great. What I did, we just went and messed around. Pool, vacation. And I thought about it. I'm like, man, am I missing something here? I coach a youth basketball team, but do I need to get... No. So many young kids, travel teams. I mean, just left and right. And so what I'm telling you, if you're like 14, you're getting set, you're late middle school, you're getting set for high school, that's when you're going to get into that. And that's all good. I saw high school age. That's all good. You got the summer travel circuit, the whole thing. I get it. I'm talking about the young kids I saw, and I did it. I spent 2 weekends there. We were on the front side and on the back side. I just got back last night. So many young kids. If you're 12 and under, do I need to see you in Las Vegas at the Mandalay Bay, off of a 3-game stretch that Saturday morning? Probably not. Too many young kids playing youth travel tournaments, and I bet you if I went to the convention center, wherever they were playing, it is an absolute mess. Okay, there's number 1. Number 4, top 5 sports observations for me. Can I learn from this? Number 4, I did not realize this, but Saturday night, I'm spending time at the Wynn and the Encore. This is a fancy place, okay? Fancy, right? I didn't fit in. I had a T-shirt on. It was pretty ugly. They spotted me from a mile away. Look at that sap from South Dakota. It's okay. I was there at the Encore and Wynn. The NBA Summer League in Las Vegas is much bigger than I ever thought. I didn't realize. I mean, I'm seeing groups of guys with Lakers jerseys on. They're going to watch the Summer League. These are guys you don't even know who's playing. There's some high-end rookies, but there's guys there you don't even know who's playing. And there was NBA Summer League people all over the place. I mean, it was wild. It was absolutely wild. So, that's in my top 5 sports observations that I did not realize. NBA Summer League, you make it a destination. I have known a guy. One of my buddies actually went to the Summer League a few years ago. He's like, oh, it's pretty cool. I didn't realize it was that big. It was huge. We saw players. We saw coaches. And dare I say, I did get a picture, not for myself, for my daughter. My daughter got a picture with Jalen Brunson's dad, the MVP of the NBA Finals, Rick Brunson, assistant coach of the New York Knicks. So I was that guy. I took the picture. She asked for the picture. Okay, don't give me a bad time. So Rick Brunson, picture. I got it. NBA Summer League. Pretty big. If you haven't seen it, Las Vegas. It's going on right now. Pretty big. Number 3. And this leads to my question of the day tonight. Number 3 sports observation I saw on my vacation this past week. I went to the Caitlin Clark Fever Aces game. Some fans at live games, and I knew this. I've been to a lot of games. You guys probably too. Absolute lunatics. Some fans, and I was around one. She was sitting right behind me. These are the people. I figured it out. This lady behind me. These are the people that are on those viral videos that attack the refs and attack the other parents at the youth sports contest. It's her. That's the type of person that does it. She was an absolute lunatic, yelling from tip to finish. Even yelled at my daughter. Got a little ugly. Fever ended up winning, so I was pretty happy, but got a little ugly. I'm telling you, some fans at live games, does that have to be the worst? When you're around the number 1 annoying fan in the arena, does that have to be the worst experience at a live sporting event? Let me get to that question of the day. Hang tight. But I'm telling you, fans, those are the ones that are that loony, those are the ones. If they're parents, you wonder how people actually go so far to attack refs and coaches and players and other parents. Those are the people. I experienced it one last weekend. Number 2, we're getting into my top 5 observations in sports from a vacation. You didn't think I'd have it. I've got it. Number 2, and this is a big one. You tell me. World Cup soccer. I was there for big matches in Vegas, watching the sports book, watching the restaurants. World Cup soccer may be as big of a draw as the NFL when it comes to passion, fandom, interest. I've been in Vegas for numerous NFL Sundays. It's huge. It's big. I'm not telling you the World Cup passes it, but it may pass it. I'm telling you, I saw Mexico playing. Mexico was playing last weekend, and the crowd and the whole thing, the whole experience, we couldn't get in anywhere. You could not get in anywhere. It was off the charts. They're renting tables for $400 at a place. renting. That's not the food and the drink. Just to get in to watch the World Cup game, you got to pay $400 for your table. Thanks, but no thanks. I'm from South Dakota. I'll be okay. World Cup soccer experience was off the charts, and by the way, it was a lot of fun. We watched games. It was the passion with Argentina the other night, Argentina, Switzerland. We were watching that game, and the passion and the fans and the jerseys, it is off the charts. It's close. NFL Sunday's the biggest sport I've seen in Vegas. World Cup to date has to be second or tied for first. It's close. Number one experience, sports observation from the Nate Brown Show vacation is, and I have to say it, I went to the Fever Game Aces game, right? Caitlin Clark did not play. Okay, we were disappointed. Yes, we were very disappointed. I paid a premium for the tickets and the whole thing. We were behind the Fever bench. But the crowd was huge at T-Mobile Arena. That's a big boy arena. So Caitlin Clark remains and still is the biggest women's sports star out there. And by the way, guys, for the people saying this player's good and that player's good and this player's good, it's not even close. People don't like hearing that. You go to the games. Just watch who the people are coming for. Yes, the other players are great. I enjoy it. It's great. Caitlin Clark is the biggest draw, the biggest brand in women's sports in the world. It's not close. That showed last weekend in Vegas. The crowd was off the charts. Just absolutely huge. And then Caitlin doesn't play. But, I mean, I'm seeing Iowa jerseys still all the time. So I'm seeing the Iowa jerseys all the time at these Caitlin Clark games. I've went to the past 3 summers. Vegas 3 years ago, rookie year. Seattle last year. Vegas again this year. The crowd is crazy for Caitlin Clark. It is not close. The brand, the needle, she doesn't move it. I've told you she is the deal, and fans are still flocking in droves just to see her play. And unfortunately, I picked the wrong game to go to. Nonetheless, we had an annoying fan and the Fever won, so how about that? By the way, I want to get into that tonight. Let's get into that question of the day tonight. If you've remembered how to contribute to the question of the day, 605-720-1067. I do want to ask you, give me your worst experience when it comes to going to a live sporting event, okay? I told you it has to be up there for me, close, up there for me. The annoying fan. You get in the arena, you're just hoping you got good seats, you paid the money. You're just hoping that Tommy isn't sitting next to you. Tommy that's had a few just a few too many. And I didn't have Tommy, I had Tina, whatever her name was. And the thing was, I think she was sober. I think it was all good. She was ready to roll from the start, and it wasn't fun passion. It was crazy. It was like on the verge of ugly. So you tell me on the question of the day, 605-720-1067. I do want to know what ranks number one for the worst thing when going to a big live sporting event. Nate Brown Show back tonight on a Monday. Glad you're here on Fox Sports Radio on your drive home. Hit me on the text line if you would, or the Pizza Ranch Studio hotline. We might be able to get you there. Number one worst thing when going to a big sporting event. I've got my 3. Okay, so I'm gonna give you 3. The annoying fan right by you has to be in there. Number 2, and I was just in L.A. area, Malibu, Ventura, in that area, and World Cup's going on in L.A. as well. It was. And the traffic and the parking. I talked to a guy over the last week that went to one of the matches at the L.A. Rams Stadium, SoFi, and he said the parking, you had to park way over here. You had to get on a school bus here. You had to drive. I mean, just to experience the stuff in big cities, in big sporting events, traffic, parking fees, that has to be in your list, I would think. And last but not least, the ticket prices. I keep getting messages from people, sports fans like you, that say, I can't go to games anymore because it's the ticket prices, crazy ticket prices. How would you rank number one worst thing when going to a big live sporting event. My number one, I think you might know it, the fan, whoever he or she is. And I've had that experience. Broncos games, super number one, Broncos homer, drinking the Kool-Aid, Tommy Dingle, anyway. And he was wild. And now I've had another one at the Caitlin Clark Las Vegas Aces game this past week. She was absolutely out of control. That's my number one vote, the annoying fan right by you. Because why? Well, I can control the ticket price that I'm willing to pay. So I understand the ticket prices have gone up, but I can control, hey, I'm going to get this ticket. So I'm not going to vote ticket prices. I do get your read on that. The traffic parking is annoying. Trying to leave. You go to an NFL game, how long does it take you to get home that night? It's an all-day event. I'm going to vote annoying fan right by you. What's the audience say so far? 55% number one vote getter. Number one worst thing going to a big sporting event today, crazy ticket prices. 55% of you, crazy ticket prices. 34% of you, the annoying fan right by you. And 11% of you, the traffic and the parking. So we're getting votes across the board. You tell me, 605-720-1067. We'll get back to it. And Brian Noe's going to kick us off. Fox Sports Radio national host of Countdown coming up.
This is the Nate Brown Show.
If you're grilling this weekend, be sure to have plenty of Village Hearth buns on hand. Fancy equipment and secret sauces are great, but once you've mastered the basics, it's all about the bun. Your perfectly grilled burgers and hot dogs deserve the best, and with several varieties to choose from, including unsliced old-fashioned, classic white or wheat, country potato, and mini sliders, the bakers of Village Hearth have the buns your family will love. Village Hearth buns, locally baked and delivered fresh daily.
Sagging, bouncing, or uneven floors? Call Blackburn Foundation Repair. Standing water or high humidity? Nasty odors or dangerous mold? Call Blackburn. Critters, bugs, or other pests? That's right, call Blackburn. It's a fact. Crawl space problems don't get better with time, but they do get better when you call Blackburn Foundation Repair. Call Blackburn Foundation Repair today.
Rev up your summer with the Stars, Stripes, and Savings event at Spearfish GMC Cadillac. Just announced employee pricing for everyone on new 2026 GMC Sierra 1500, plus 0% financing for well-qualified buyers. Need heavy-duty power? Get into a new GMC Sierra HD and save up to $3,000. Looking for the perfect SUV? We've got an incredible selection of Terrain, Acadia, Yukon, and Yukon XL ready to roll. Don't wait. Shop anytime at SpearfishMotors.com. GMC, we are professional grade.
Here's your Fox Sports Rapid City forecast. A heat advisory continues until 9 p.m. Thursday night. A red flag warning continues until 9 p.m. tomorrow night. Ample sunshine expected this afternoon with daytime highs approaching 105. Winds out of the south 10 to 20 miles per hour. Clear skies again tonight, lows level off around 73. That's your forecast on the Black Hills Sports Station, Fox Sports Rapid City. Right now, it's 100 degrees.
Are you tired of being pointed to a wall of shoes? At Trav's Outfitter, we know better. Buying shoes shouldn't be guesswork. That's why we find the right footwear for the way you move, whether you're walking, working, or just on your feet all day. Athletics, work boots, Western boots, everyday comfort. Because when the fit is right, life is better. Come find us in the old Kmart building. Trav's Outfitter, best selection, best service, no BS.
Monument Health Orthopedics and Sports Medicine is everywhere you need us to be. On the sidelines, supporting our local athletes, at our clinic locations throughout the region, and at our Ortho Express walk-in clinic when you don't have time to wait. We're here when you need us, working as a team to make your comeback stronger than ever. Getting stronger, getting better, getting you back to your best self. The life of an athlete has its uncertainties, wins and losses, injury and recovery. In the Black Hills area, athletes can always count on Monument Health Orthopedics and Sports Medicine, here for whatever moves you.
Since 1928, Connect Home Center has been proud to serve Rapid City and Spearfish with quality products and customer service that you can trust. In 2000, Connect joined the Meade Lumber family, and now they're taking the next step into their journey. Connect Home Center is becoming Meade Lumber. Same people, same service, just a new name from design to finish. Meade Lumber is here for you, as they've always been. MeadeLumber.com.
From high school to college to the pros, from Rapid City to Sioux Falls, the Nate Brown Show is South Dakota's sports talk show.
All right, welcome back in. Just getting going today. Glad you're here and appreciate you being a part of this program. Thanks for hanging with us. Took a week off last week for a little vacation, and we might do it again. I mean, I don't. Hang on, we're just back. We're ready. Somebody might do it again, but we'll tell you. We'll keep you posted. The Nate Brown Show is back. Fox Sports Radio. South Dakota Sports Talk Show back on live. I just went over my top 5 sports observations on my vacation. You wouldn't think that would be a thing, but my family lets me experience some sports. NBA Summer League, Caitlin Clark, World Cup Soccer. I mean, it was some good stuff, and lunatic fans. I mean, it was just absolutely great this past week. I want to get into it with Brian Noe. He goes to a lot of big sporting events, okay? He goes to sporting events, and I would like to know, what is the number one worst thing about a big live sporting event? It's my question of the day, and I introduce Brian Noe back on the Nate Brown Show tonight. Brian, how are you?
What's going on, Nate Brown? Good to be with you, man. Did you thank Bo Nix's orthopedic surgeon while you were on vacation for getting him up in working order? Was that on the to-do list for you guys in the family?
Not quite, but I saw that. That was an added bonus, so I'll take that. I am going to ask you this. You go to sports. You go to a lot of stuff. I have my number one thing that's annoying when going to a game. I experienced it last weekend at the Fever game. An annoying fan right behind me from start to finish. I mean, it was off the charts. I can't take it. What is the worst experience about going to big sporting events for Brian Noe?
It would have to be, Nate, and it's going to sound weird because I don't know that I've hardly ever encountered it. It's not just the annoying fan that's just too chatty, you know. It's the fan that's just like inappropriate. You know what I mean? Like if you're there with your kid, I've taken, one of my nephews to a couple of games when he was much smaller, and thankfully we never had anything like that. No crazy fan cussing too much or too often or whatever. Some of these games, man, people say these insane things, and I haven't had that, but that would be at the top of the list, even though I don't know that I've ever encountered it to like an extraordinary level.
Okay.
Anytime you go to a game, you're going to get someone more times than not that's just like a minor annoyance, but nothing that's risen to a level where it's just completely unacceptable. So I'm thankful that hasn't happened, but that would be at the top of the list when someone is just ridiculously unruly, inappropriate, and it's just like, bro, who invited this guy? That's got to be at the top of the list for me.
Okay, mine was a lady at the Aces game this last weekend. She was off the charts. Number one vote getter on the Nate Brown Show, Brian Noe. Worst thing about going to a big sporting event today, the ticket prices. I get that, but I can control that. I mean, I guess you just sit where you can purchase, but my listeners say the ticket prices. Where are you at?
Yeah, I mean, look, I'm not at the same level. I mean, because look, I'm an eligible bachelor, South Dakota ladies. Hey, no, but I don't have a family of 4. That's different. We're not on this. It's apples to oranges. If I had a family of 4, maybe I would feel similarly. But when I'm purchasing a ticket for me, or my girlfriend at the time, or it's just me and someone else, it's not that big of a deal. And I won't go to these games that I would love to go see some of these World Cup games, but the prices are outrageous, and I'm just like, all right, I just won't go. I don't worry about it too much. And a lot of the events that I attend, the tickets are completely reasonable. So I wouldn't call those people wrong. I would just say, I can't comment on the same level because I'm not paying the same cost more times than not. So it is different.
54% of my audience, crazy ticket prices, number one vote getter. Worst thing about going to a big sporting event. My number one, annoying fan right by you. But, of course, that's never Brian No. How are you at games? I'd like to know that, Brian. How are you at games?
I'm very calm, Nate. Like, more times than not, I don't really say much of anything. If anything, I'm just positive. You know, I'll cheer for a good play, but I'm not a loud guy. I'm not, center of attention guy. I just kind of drink it in and enjoy it. But no, I do not. I will never. I'm not one of these guys. You know me. I'm a sports bettor, Nate. I will never trash an athlete publicly or slide into the DMs and trash them. That's just, you're such a loser to do that. So doing that vocally is just as bad, if not worse. So yeah, I'm not that guy at all. I'm very pleasant to be around, Nate. I'm a breath of fresh air, some would say.
I like that. Yes, you are. Brian No on the Nate Brown Show. Let's go to this. I know you're not a big soccer guy. The World Cup is almost over. But there's two things here that caught my attention. They're using this VAR, and if you're soccer, or if you don't know soccer, that's the review system. It's like the NFL, it's the review system. They are reviewing fouls, Brian No, and taking away goals. That would be like reviewing a holding penalty. That's subjective. And you'd go, it wasn't called on the field, but you'd go to the replay booth, holding, taking back the touchdown. So that's my only relation to this. Can you call a foul when it wasn't called on the field and take away goals in soccer where you only score twice a game?
Yeah, it's pretty crazy, Nate. I'm with you. And look, I can understand how hardcore soccer fan would get annoyed by you and me. You know what I mean? Like, we're parachute in once every 4 years and check out the World Cup guys. You know, that's what we are. But that doesn't mean we're incapable of making sense. You know what I mean? Like, some of these things with the soccer rules are just crazy to me. The goal that was disallowed in the Egypt-Argentina game was insane. Like, Egypt's all the way down on Argentina's end. And they go, they're on their own end. And there was a foul, but it wasn't called live. They go all the way across the entire length of the field, score a goal, and the officials are like, wait a minute, let's go to video replay and see if that was a foul. Indeed it was. Argentina's ball. It's just like, there's no way they go to review if that's anything but an Egypt goal. You know what I mean? If it's just kicked out of bounds, it's just a play on, So I hate when they do things like that.
Is the technology... Is it good?
Go ahead,
so is that technology good? That they used to not do this, and now they're doing it.
Yeah. It depends how they utilize it, Nate, and I think it's a lot about consistency, where Argentina benefited based on VAR in the Switzerland game right after that, and it was a dive, but the process is just like, okay, you're using it in those instances, but the England-Norway game, the ball hits a camera cable, and they don't review it. It goes straight to an England goal right after that. And Norway's like, what's that? It like completely changed the flight of the ball. We're not going back and reviewing that, but we're reviewing these Argentina plays that go against them. So I just think it's a lack of consistency, Nate. I'm not against replay, but the consistency has got to be there, and it hasn't been in this World Cup. There's no doubt about that.
Brian, one more World Cup thing. Part of my vacation observations was World Cup soccer viewing, and Mexico was playing. The crowd was off the charts. Argentina was playing. The crowd was off the charts. I put the World Cup viewing in Las Vegas as maybe tying an NFL Sunday. You experience Las Vegas regularly. What do you think of it? Have you seen it?
What, the NFL crowds?
The NFL crowds.
Equaling World Cup crowds?
Yes.
Man, I'll tell you what, Nate, these World Cup crowds are freaking crazy, and some NFL crowds certainly match that. Some can surpass it at times if the game is big enough, the opponent is big enough, the stakes are big enough, certainly. But, man, when you're talking about the pride that some of these nations have in their team And it's awesome. It is. This is as high stakes as it gets. Once every 4 years, we got the top 4 teams in the FIFA rankings in the semifinals. Outside of the U.S. men's national team still being alive, they couldn't have asked for anything better than this. So it is absolutely off the charts. And, yeah, Nate, I mean, it definitely outdoes a lot of NFL Sundays and a lot of NFL stadiums. Think about it like this, Nate. Like, could you imagine, like, think of a Rams game and how many, not to pick on the Rams, Chargers, same thing. There are a lot of teams where there are more fans of the opposing team than their fans. That'd be like, think of just a game featuring Colombia or Argentina, who has fans galore in the United States.
Yes.
You know what I mean? Like,
yes.
Imagine if those fans were completely outnumbered. It just wouldn't happen. But that happens in NFL stadiums quite a bit.
Yeah, I thought World Cup soccer was a huge draw in Las Vegas. I was looking at the sports books. I was in a few different hotels. It was absolutely off the charts. Brian Noe on tonight, Fox Sports Radio, national host. I got to get your read on the big survey, man. QBs ranked by executives, scouts, coaches. This is the survey ESPN sends out. Who are your top QBs? Josh Allen 1, Mahomes 2, Matthew Stafford 3. Do they have it right?
No, they do not have it right. You can't put Josh Allen over Mahomes. It's crazy. You just can't. And Josh Allen is a great quarterback. What has he won, Nate? What has he won? Mahomes has 3 rings. All right, like, how are you putting Josh Allen and all of these playoff setbacks ahead of Mahomes? How? We just saw this again against your guys, against the Broncos last year. And Josh Allen, as good as he is, he's missing throws. He's leaving points on the field. You can't put him ahead of Mahomes. You can't. I have no problem with Stafford being in the top 3. He's playing on an extremely high level. The reigning MVP, that's not crazy to me. But even though Mahomes took a step back, it's funny how Mahomes is graded so harshly. But what, we're going to grade Josh Allen on a curve? What are we doing here? If the list doesn't start with Mahomes, it's a bad list, and I'm not interested in your list.
Wow.
That's where I'm at with this whole thing, Nate.
They put my guy, Bo Nix, number 18, right in front of Daniel Jones. Can you tell me that's ridiculous?
I would say I'm not the only non-believer out here, Nate. That's what it would tell me, but that's pretty low. I thought you were going to say they stuck him in like 8th or so. No, 18th. Holy cow, that's pretty low, man.
I served that up for you to wrap up this segment. I knew you would like it. Brian Noe is on. Catch him on Fox Sports Radio. Countdown is on. I appreciate you as always, man. Thanks.
You know what, Nate? I always love talking to you. I'll tell you this. If you dare step foot in Vegas again without paying off your stake debt, there's going to be hell to pay, Nate Brown. Hell to pay.
That's right. I figured you didn't want to eat with my in-laws this time, okay? So next time. That's all right. I do owe Brian Noe a steak. I owe him a steak. What was that bet? I got to remember that. What was that bet? I bet him something to do with Bo Nix and the Broncos or something. So I owe Brian Noe a steak, and yes, I did not hit Brian Noe up in Vegas. That's where he's headquartered. I did not hit him up. Again, I figured, he could have livened up the festivities with my in-laws and everything. That's for sure. All right, good stuff. His most annoying thing is going to a sporting event. An annoying fan. He said a rude, kind of risque fan, right? Saying rough stuff, inappropriate stuff. I got some votes on this. What is your number one thing that you hate about going to a live sporting event, a big event? So if you guys go Vikings games, Twins games, I guess. Pretty relaxed there, right? Not a big deal. Big sporting event. What's the number one worst thing? Listener text, anyone trying to officiate the game loudly from the seats. Well, that was the lady that I sat next to as well. She was everything, all of the above. Rude, inappropriate, yelling to the refs, officiating, yelling at us. It was wild. You tell me. Crazy ticket prices, the number one vote getter about the worst thing going to a big sporting event these days. Mine is the annoying fan. Nothing ruins a great event like a moron. Frank Schwab, NFL writer, Yahoo Sports, coming up.
This is South Dakota's Sports Talk Show.
There's nothing like it. Not for hundreds of miles in any direction. A gathering space for all kinds of people from all kinds of backgrounds. To share, to revel, to stand together and celebrate life's greatest moments.
We are number one, so you can always be their number one. Black Hills Surgical Hospital and Black Hills Orthopedic and Spine Center. The number one hospital in the nation for major orthopedic surgery.
The summer heat will be here soon, but our hot summer savings sale starts now. Get $1,200 off every door and $800 off every window with no money down, no interest, and no payments for 12 months. Plus an extra 5% off the entire project if purchased on initial consultation. Hurry, this exclusive offer won't last long. Now's the perfect time to upgrade your windows and doors, so grab these hot savings while you can. Call today or visit RBARapidCity.com to book your free estimate.
What do you call a place? It's one of Deadwood's largest casinos, but is it really a casino? Because you can't decide, should I play or eat or wait? There's a liquor-infused ice cream bar? I mean, you're playing craps one minute, and the next you're looking at a charcuterie board? What even is that? Never mind the gunfight outside, you don't have time for that. You've got espressos to down and games to bet on and a pub with 48 whiskeys? What do you even call a place like that?
I didn't know anything about radon. I didn't know it's a gas you can't see or smell. I didn't know it's radioactive from decaying uranium deep underground. It can seep through cracks in your foundation and collect in your house. 1 in 15 homes have high levels, and you don't know if yours is one of them unless you have your home tested. And radon? Well, radon is the second leading cause of lung cancer in America. I wish I would have known that.
Call Blackburn Foundation Repair for radon testing and mitigation.
Are there as many kinds of vehicles as there are kinds of people? We think so. At Black Hills Federal Credit Union, we help all kinds of people come together with all kinds of vehicles. With loans made to fit everyone and every ride.
Your sports, your show. From East River to West River, this is South Dakota's Sports Talk Show, The Nate Brown Show.
All right, South Dakota Sports Talk Show back and rolling on a Monday. Glad you're here. Thanks for making the show possible. The Nate Brown Show. We didn't stay off too long. A week of vacation. We're back in the swing of it. Glad you're a part of it. Fox Sports Radio, KWSN in Sioux Falls. We're live on Fox Sports Rapid City as well. Thanks for being here. Zach Borg's coming up. We'll talk South Dakota sports. He's going to the Valley media availability tomorrow. Media day tomorrow for the Valley. FCS football coming. So Zach Borg's on the way. Midwest Sports Plus. Frank Schwab's on tonight. Glad to have him back. NFL, yahoosports.com. Frank, welcome in. How are you?
Good. What's going on?
I appreciate your time, man. Let's go. Big topic of the day is this big survey from all the coaches and scouts and executives. First, when a survey goes out and nobody puts their name to anything, what do you take on this when you see it as a reporter?
It just depends, I guess, case by case. Something like the NFLPA survey, I do think that those guys take it seriously because they want, things that aren't going well to change. And I think that they view that as the one, a vehicle they have to kind of pressure owners into improving facilities or childcare or whatever it shall be. So it's kind of a case-by-case basis. Something like the NFL top 100 players that NFL Network puts out, I view that as one of the dumbest things of the year because it's always incredibly wrong. But so it's just kind of a case-by-case basis that way.
ESPN surveyed the coaches, scouts, execs, top NFL QBs. Josh Allen is number one. My last guest said you can't start a list without Mahomes at number one, even though he stepped back. So where do you stand with Allen and Mahomes, 1 and 2?
That sounds about right to me. Mahomes, as weird as it sounds to say, has a little something to prove this year. I think that he's still great, but he's coming off an injury, and you know what? His stats have been down the last 3 years. That's just facts. I can watch the games and know he's a really, really good player, and he has to do everything, and they're not helping him a lot. But I think if we're being honest right now, I think that Allen is the number one player. I think that it's almost consensus at this point after Lamar Jackson had a down year too. So it's going to be really interesting to see Patrick Mahomes this year and how does he do coming off the ACL? He's coming back very quickly from it. How does he do with a supporting cast that's still pretty flawed? That they went 6-11 for a reason last year. So yeah, I think that's about right. I might even have Myles Garrett number 1 or number 2. He's that good, so I'd at least consider that. But there's nothing wrong with me having Josh Allen number 1 right now. He's kind of taken that crown.
So the QB voting was broken into tiers, Frank, and they put Caleb Williams in a top 10 QB ranking. He's number 10, ahead of Sam Darnold, ahead of Jordan Love, ahead of Jalen Hurts, Jaden Daniels. Is Caleb Williams top 10?
I don't know. I think he needs one more season to prove it. He's done some spectacular things. He's had some great highlights. He's come through in the clutch a few times that really, really matter. But he still misses a lot of throws. His completion percentage is still below where it needs to be. He needs to clean up some things in his game, and there's no reason he can't do that. He's made strides from year 1 to year 2, and we'll see again in year 3. He was obviously number 1 pick for a reason, Heisman Trophy winner for a reason. He's really, really talented. But, we quickly forget, Jalen Hurts was Super Bowl MVP 2 years ago. Stuff like that. Jordan Love has had some good seasons in the NFL. Sam Darnold just won in a Super Bowl, although I wouldn't have him in the top 10 either. But yeah, I think Caleb Williams is knocking on the door. But I also think it's fair to say he also has some things to prove this year as far as can he be a complete NFL quarterback, and that comes. He just can't miss as many throws as he's missed in the first 2 years.
So the coaches and the scouts and the execs say Sam Darnold's number 11. He's not top 10, and you said he wouldn't be in your top 10. Sam Darnold, number 11, 2 great seasons, but not enough?
I had 2 great team seasons. He's done his job. He's kind of one of these guys who's just determined to be underrated probably his whole career, and we're going to look up in 5-6 years and say, yeah, Sam did pretty well for himself. But no, I think if you're starting a franchise right now, I wouldn't put him in the top 10. I just think there's too many guys. Drake May, and obviously you mentioned Caleb, even Jaden Daniels. We forget how great his rookie year was and how talented he is. Sam's doing fine for himself. I'm happy for him. I think it's a wonderful story. It was great to see him win that Super Bowl. But I also don't put that completely on him. He wasn't even the best offensive player on his team last year. That was JSN. So I think that Sam is doing quite well for himself. I'm glad for his career revival. But no, I wouldn't put him in the top 10 just because he's played on 2 really, really good teams the last couple of years.
One more on this list from Frank Schwab, YahooSports.com, talking NFL. Bo Nix falls all the way to number 18. He's right in front of Daniel Jones. Nix at number 18 seems odd to me, but people think he's just what? What do you think of Nix?
I think it's a little low for him, but he struggled at times last year. We forget how some of those games, the Broncos' offense was pretty ugly. Look, played great in the last game we saw him against the Bills. But great. Like, he was fantastic. And he had the really, really good rookie year. But he's another guy who I think comes into this year with a little something to prove. He had a really good rookie year. His second season was up and down, even though the team success was clearly there. And now what? Where does he go? Does he become, a top 10 guy on the same plane as, like we talked about, Caleb and Drake May and all them in the draft class? Or is he somewhere in the middle? And I don't know the answer to that. I really don't. I think that, there's a lot of reasons to like Bo Nix, especially with Sean Payton as his coach, and Davis Webb calling plays now is a really sharp offensive guy, and we'll see. But yeah, I think 18 is a little bit too low, but he's another guy I wouldn't have in top 10 either. So he's somewhere kind of in that middle ground.
Speaking of rankings, Frank Schwab has his rankings out. YahooSports.com. It's a countdown of the teams through the NFL leading up to the season. I looked at your number 19. You just put that out there last week. Number 19, the Minnesota Vikings. Explain to Vikings fans why they're 19th and just kind of middle of the road.
Yeah, and I think that, look, last season, it leaves kind of really. But you look at the Vikings, I do think there's an upside there. They went 9-8 with absolutely horrendous quarterback play. The problem is I don't really believe in Kyler Murray. I don't think he's a good player. I think he's a very middle-of-the-road quarterback. People who are like, this is Kyler Murray's breakout year. Well, Kyler Murray's played more NFL games than Terrell Davis, who had a Hall of Fame career. Like, Kyler Murray's not some new kid. Like, he's played a ton of football. We know what Kyler Murray is. He's a very flawed quarterback. But is he better than J.J. McCarthy? Yeah, he can't help but be better than J.J. McCarthy. So you put him on a team that went 9-8 last year with a really, really good head coach offensively anyway, and Kevin O'Connell. They retained Brian Flores to run the defense, which is great for them. I can see them being much higher than 19, but right now I can't get there. I just don't. They did lose some things off their defense in free agency and having to cut guys because of cap reasons. I think that there's some holes in the roster now. There's some things to prove after a really mediocre season last year, but almost like the Colts last year, when you just get normal quarterback play, all of a sudden you could be a really good football team if you were just treading water with the worst quarterback play in the league.
Yeah, I looked at their over-under. Vikings are sitting like 8.5. And so you're thinking, well, they went 9-8 last year with McCarthy. Would they go over that? Where do you have them? Are the Vikings just last NFC North because it's a tough division?
Yeah, that's it. It's hard to get. It really is. If you're putting together, ranking like I'm doing now, it's really hard to get the Vikings out of last place. Like who? Like the Lions? Lions were actually a really good football team last year that just had bad luck in close games. Like their metrics are really, really good. We know how good the Packers are. The Bears are on the rise. It's hard to. The Vikings could win some other divisions. They'd run away with the NFC South, I'll tell you that. But you put them in this division, it gets tougher. That's why you look at that 8.5 with the over-under, and you say, okay, well, that seems reasonable. Like you said, it went 9-8 last year with McCarthy at quarterback. But all of a sudden you start with 6 really, really tough games just within the division. It makes it tougher to get them there. But, hey, they're one of those teams, too, that the Packers aren't going to have an easy out against the Vikings. Bears aren't going to have an easy out when they play the Vikings. Like this is a really good, well-coached football team, and they might never go 14-3 again like they did a couple years ago, but it could be closer to that than it was to last year's 9-8.
Frank Schwab's power rankings are out. The countdown is there. Vikings come in at number 19. YahooSports.com. Find them on X at Yahoo Schwab. Last one, Browns QB situation. What's your projection here?
They've been pushing this idea of Deshaun Watson starting for months now, and there's got to be some reason for that. So in my mind, they've been laying the groundwork through the media of, hey, Deshaun Watson's going to start this year, warm up to this idea, so everybody's happy with it. And I don't know why. I think it's one of the dumbest, most embarrassing things I've ever seen in my 25 years covering the NFL, that they would turn back to this guy. But they seem determined to do it. And I think Deshaun Watson's their week 1 starter, no matter what happens in August. I just think that they're, for some dumb reason, and the Browns do a lot of dumb things, they just are dead set on Deshaun Watson being their starting quarterback. They do not understand the concept of a sunk cost. They don't also understand shame. To go back to Deshaun Watson at this point just blows my mind. But I think that's where we are. I think the Browns say Deshaun Watson, go for it. I'd rather much see Gabriel Sanders, the rookie they drafted this year with all the athletic ability. Anybody off the street but Deshaun Watson. But this is the Browns, and they're going to do what they do.
Last one, big headline, Seattle sells for $9.6 billion. The Seahawks. Off the Super Bowl, $9.6 billion. That's an NFL record by far. Washington Commanders went for $6 billion. What does that tell us, $9.6 billion with that sale?
Goodness, I can't even imagine. The one team that, like, if the Seahawks go for $9 billion, a great team, great stadium, great city, all that kind of stuff. The Cowboys went for sale tomorrow. They go for 30. Like, what would be the cap on the Cowboys, who are the most valuable franchise in all of sports in the world, more than FC Barcelona or Saint Germain or any of these soccer clubs? The Cowboys would go for 3 times that. It just the way we just keep setting new records. You go from, like you said, it went from like 5 to 6 to 8 to 9. Like it's not even incremental anymore. It's just every new team that gets sold is blowing away the old record. Good for the NFL. It shows that nobody thinks the NFL is slowing down popularity-wise, and you got all these new media deals coming up, and those will probably be pretty lucrative with the streaming sites. Just mind-blowing, though, that a team could go for $9 billion and not even be the most valuable team in the NFL, or close, I don't think. And that's nothing against Seattle, but when you factor in like real estate and where they are compared to where the Commanders are, or the Giants, or the Cowboys, or whatever, it blows my mind that they go for that much money.
I don't know what that paperwork looks like, but they got it done. $9.6 billion, the sale of the Seattle Seahawks over the weekend. Frank Schwab in tonight. His power rankings continue to come out. YahooSports.com. Vikings just came in at number 19. His story is up there. Frank, I appreciate you, man. Thanks.
Absolutely. Appreciate it.
Frank Schwab, NFL, YahooSports.com, live from Denver. Vikings number 19. Vikings number 19. Come on, Frank. See, he leaves the show, and then I say, come on, and I act tough. 19. The Vikings will not finish last in the NFC North. Can we do that? Are we going to do another pizza party on that? We already did Broncos won't finish last in the AFC West, and then I had to buy listeners to the Nate Brown Show a pizza party. Actually had to do that. Like Matt Kearney made me do that as the producer of the Nate Brown Show. He said, well, now you have to do it. So I'm going to be careful with that bet. But I'm thinking about it. Vikings last in the NFC North is what Frank says. He's not a Kyler Murray fan, so I took him off the list for president of the Kyler Murray fan club. I'll remain vice president. If you want to be president, still an opening for about a month. Okay, because then things are going to get serious in Minnesota. Still an opening on the Nate Brown Show for president of the Kyler Murray fan club. I'm the VP. I'm looking for a president. You could be on the ticket. Coming right back on the Nate Brown Show. Hey, we've got this big headline in the college football world, and people make this a big deal. Like, this just came out. Oh, this is a big deal. I don't think it's a big deal, so I'm just going to be a straight shooter. No hot takes. Straight shooter on this next.
This is the Nate Brown Show.
Serious DIYers know when it comes to brake jobs, quality matters. Now through August 31st, buy a set of Perfect Stop brake pads at your local Auto Value Parts store and receive a free can of brake cleaner. Perfect Stop brake pads are engineered to restore optimal braking performance while delivering quiet, dependable stopping power. Stop by your local Auto Value Parts store today, where we've got the parts, we've got the smarts, and your free can of brake cleaner too.
The following radio ad is Good Fun Squad approved.
My name is Jenny, and I'm the lady at the South Dakota Lottery who writes out those big checks for our winners. It's a lot of fun, but we've had so many big winners lately, my hand is tired. There was a $600,000 winner, a $2 million winner, a $4 million winner. That's a lot of zeros, and not normal zeros, big check zeros, and the winning never stops. That's why I'm learning to write with both hands.
Good fun.
Must be 18 or older to play. Please play responsibly.
As a rancher in western South Dakota, you know the meaning of hard work. From working cattle to working in the field, you know that the job begins before dawn and can last into the night. You also know that at the end of the day, it's more than just work. It's a way of life. When it comes to banking, you need a bank that values your time and is committed to your growth. Don't settle. Pioneer. Pioneer Bank and Trust. Local.
Pioneer Bank and Trust. Member FDIC.
Here's your Fox Sports Rapid City forecast. A heat advisory continues until 9 p.m. Thursday night. A red flag warning continues until 9 p.m. tomorrow night. Lows level off around 73. Tonight, under clear skies, southerly winds 10 to 15 miles per hour. Ample sunshine expected again tomorrow. Highs level off around 104. That's your forecast on the Black Hills Sports Station, Fox Sports Rapid City. Right now, 99.
At Dakota Discount RV, we're in it for the long haul, just like you. Whether it's cross-country adventures, weekends by the lake, or family time under the stars, we're here to keep you rolling for years to come. While others are packing up, we're doubling down with dependable service, great prices, and the biggest selection in the region. Your journey doesn't stop here, and neither do we. Here tomorrow, here for every mile ahead. Visit us in Rapid City or Somerset or online at dakotadiscountrv.com.
Whether you run the race, make the catch, cast a line, pitch a tent, or just look good doing it, Shields Rapid City has your gear. From athletic clothing from your favorite team, cold weather gear to keep you warm, to the best camping selection this side of the Black Hills, and the most stylish and functional women's outerwear and footwear. Shields has the widest selection of the best brands in the business. So when you're ready to get out, get in the game, or get going, get to Shields. Shields, we're right there with you at Rushmore Crossing in Rapid City.
If you're in the market for a vehicle right now, you probably have noticed it's sometimes hard to find the right one. That's where Summit Automotive Group steps in. Stacy and Matt and their staff working hard to get a great selection of pre-owned vehicles at affordable prices. At Summit Automotive, they have a different outlook on selling you a vehicle. You'll experience stress-free shopping, friendly, honest service with no high-pressure sales gimmicks. Before you buy, drop by East Highway 44, summitautogrp.com.
You're listening to The Nate Brown Show, also streaming right now on X. Follow us and watch the show live at Nate Brown Show.
Welcome back in. The Nate Brown Show is live tonight. Glad you're here. Glad to be back from a vacation. And South Dakota Sports Talk Show is on tonight. Fox Sports Radio, KWSN, Sioux Falls, and Fox Sports Rapid City. Reaction Monday coming up. You know what that means, right? Rob Keighron's ready. He's had a week off himself. He is ready, fresh off of his big golf tournament over the weekend. That should be quite the report. Rob Keighron is in a Reaction Monday with our national radio host coming in to the Nate Brown Show. So, you know what I try to do here? And this is true. I try to not, this isn't Hot Take Central. You got to come up with something controversial. You got to stir it up. Now, here's what we got to have. You got to have some knowledge. You got to have some opinion. You got to have some passion. I mean, these are the things we try and put into the program. You try and give some knowledge out, give some good interviews out. Let's have some passion, have an opinion, okay? Have some entertainment. So we try and do all of those things, but we try not to just say crazy stuff. Don't say crazy stuff. And so this isn't a hot take. This is actually what I believe tonight. I saw this headline at North Dakota State, and North Dakota State made an announcement, and it's fine. They're going to make these announcements. North Dakota State has a jersey patch. They have a sponsor. It's like this right here. I got Fox Sports on my shirt right here. Fox Sports Radio. So they have a jersey patch sponsor and for this next season. What is it? Gate City Bank. Yeah, right. That's on their field. So big supporter, big booster. Gate City Bank is the jersey patch. And so I'm telling you, North Dakota State announces that. That's fine. Teams in the Mountain West, they've announced that stuff. Wyoming's done it. And what I've seen, though, is there's fans that react, and they say, this is a sellout. This is the corporate takeover of college sports. I even had a listener here, Matt. I appreciate you, Matt, but not Matt Kearney. It was a different Matt. He said, they sold out to corporate a long time ago, college sports. This is a sellout. And I don't see it that way, guys. And I don't know what it is. Maybe it's because I'm in the sports media business, so you gotta feed the bulldog. You've got to feed the bulldog. There's been sports radio stations shut down. You look over in Des Moines, Iowa. They don't have any sports radio over there anymore. I mean, they just shut stuff down. So when I say you got to feed the bulldog, you got to have partnerships. You got to have promotion. You got to have stuff like this. College sports is a business. So I really don't get the outrage over the jersey patch stuff. And by the way, I don't think it's that big a deal either. So, let me ask you this. Let me throw this out to the Jacks and Yotes fans tonight. If the Jacks and Yotes announced, hey, we just got a jersey patch sponsor, right? I just saw the Yotes there doing new apparel with Nike, right? So the Yotes signed a Nike deal. That's great. But what if they said we got a new jersey patch, the Yotes, right? What if the Jacks had Cubbies? Cubbies in the corner on their jersey. Would you guys get upset? They have the Valley, right, sticker and patch on the one side, and then Cubbies on the other. And then what does the Yotes have? Maverick, anyway, or Casey's General Store. I don't know, maybe that. But, they put that right on there. Would you guys think that's a big deal? Is that a big deal? To me, it's not. Hey, by the way, I'm giving John Schimmel some ideas. Might want to call Casey's. See if you can put Casey's on the Yotes jerseys. Let me ask you that second question of the day, by the way. Throw it out on the text line if you can text the Nate Brown Show, 605-720-1067. That's the direct line into the program. You think Jacks or Yotes fans would care about a sponsored jersey patch being featured on uniforms? They haven't done that yet, but everybody's doing this. So North Dakota State just announced it. They got Gate City Bank, and it's going to be on the jerseys. Great. So, some people get so wound up about that. I'm not one of them. It's fine. It really is fine. Do you bring in the money, or no, you got to keep the uniforms sacred? Meaning that's the last place in college sports, keep the uniforms clean. It was kind of a big deal in Wyoming because Wyoming has basic unis, right? Old school. They just did a jersey patch. I can't remember it. I have to look up the company, but they just did one. And people, it's just like naming the field, right? All of these things are for sale. This is a sports business, and colleges are going to do that. What do you think? Votes coming in. Let's look at the results on this. What would you think if the Jacks and Yotes did a jersey patch, sponsored jersey patch, and put it on their jerseys? Bring in the money, you're okay with it, or you got to keep the uniforms clean? Let's see some responses. College sports crossed the line into selling out a long time ago. That's a response that I saw. 74% of you are voting, it's okay, bring in the money. It's okay, bring in the money. 74%. Yeah, I'm with you. 26% of you say, don't do it, keep the uniforms clean. NDSU has sold out to Gate City Bank. Who's next? The Jacks to Cubbies and the Yotes to Casey's. Listener text, Nate Brown Show have a patch on the South Dakota State jerseys soon. Careful. We got to be fair and balanced. We can't put the Nate Brown Show patch on the Jacks and not the Yotes. We got to be fair and balanced on this. By the way, Wyoming's jersey patch listener text was Tallgrass. That's right. Company called Tallgrass. So they got Wyoming in the Mountain West has Tallgrass. North Dakota State has Gate City Bank. I would expect the Jacks and the Yotes trying to get those deals as well. I just gave you two ideas. There's probably more out there. And I don't think it's a big deal, honestly. People, oh, man, this is huge. This changes the whole uniform. I don't know. I'm not one of those big uniform guys. Matt Kearney's a big uniform guy. Does he like sponsored jersey patches? Stay tuned. Coming right back with Rob Keighron tonight as we get going. It's a Reaction Monday on South Dakota Sports Talk Show. Rob Keighron is in next.
This is South Dakota's Sports Talk Show.
At Dakota Bank, we're more than just a place to bank. We're your neighbors. From everyday banking to home mortgages, insurance, and trust services, we're here for every step of your financial journey. We believe in doing what's right for you because we live here, work here, and care about our communities just like you do. Go with confidence, go with trust, go with Dakota Bank. Member FDIC, equal housing lender. Insurance and investment products are not FDIC insured, may lose value, and have no bank guarantee. It seems like the cost of everything is going up, so it's nice to save a little dough when you can, especially for something you love to eat every day. Before I go grocery shopping, I print out a coupon for $1 off any Country Hearth, Village Hearth, or Artisan Hearth bread product. My favorite is Dakota Style 12 grain. My wife's breakfast go-to is a toasted Village Hearth English muffin. We can save $1 on each. Go to countryhearthbreads.com/coupons and print 1 or 2 out before your next shopping trip. And don't forget, Country Hearth, Village Hearth, and Artisan Hearth bread products are baked locally and delivered fresh daily.
Are you ready to feel good in your skin? Visit the dermatology experts at Sanford Health Tower Road Clinic in Rapid City. Our growing team offers skin, hair, and nail care close to home. Here you have access to acne treatments, Botox, and laser therapy. You can also trust our experts to help you manage skin cancer screenings and treatments. It's total skincare personalized for you. Schedule a skin cancer screening or learn more about our services at sanfordhealth.org.
No one comes close to the selection of spirits at the best price than your Mr. Liquor stores in Rapid City. This month's specials include a $6 savings on Pendleton 750s, now just $18.99. All flavors of Bacardi rums, just $15.99 for the 750. And for a great gift, check out Mr. Liquor's exclusive selection of etched bottles featuring popular landmarks like Mount Rushmore, Devil's Tower, the B-21 Raider, and more. Available at both Mr. Liquor stores in Rapid City, off Cantron next to Walmart, or the original Mr. Liquor on the corner of West Chicago and Sturgis Road in Rapid City.
KIMM Rapid City and K294BT Rapid City, the Black Hills Sports Station, 106.7 FM and 1150 AM, Fox Sports Rapid City.
In the past, if you needed auto body repair, you had to get multiple estimates and then try to get your car into a shop for repair. Well, not anymore. In most cases, you can stop by one shop, get your estimate, and schedule your car for a repair. The question now becomes which shop you choose. If you like quality, choose J&J Truck and Auto Body. They have ASE, PPG, and Gold iCar certifications that allow them to offer you a nationwide warranty. And they'll work with your insurance company so you're pleased with the outcome. J&J Truck and Auto Body, 1513 East Philadelphia.
Jingle bells, jingle all the way.
What are you doing?
Just getting in the holiday spirit.
Isn't it a little early for jingle bells and Christmas in general?
It's never too early for Christmas. But Renewal by Anderson's Christmas in July sale just got me in the mood.
A window sale started all of this?
It's not just any window sale. It's Renewal by Anderson.
Okay, settle down. I'll get the ladder and we'll get started hanging the lights.
Renewal by Anderson's Christmas in July sale. 20% off every window and door. No money, no payment, and no interest for 18 months with approved credit. This means no payments till 2028. Hurry, the holiday savings end August 15th. Hassle-free, energy-efficient, low-maintenance windows with a professional fit. Renewal by Anderson uses Fibrex windows, keeping your home cooler in the summer, warmer in the winter, and reduces your energy bill. They do windows. They're the experts. No subcontractors. For a free in-home estimate and a perfect fit, go to RBARapidCity.com. That's RBARapidCity.com. Renewal by Anderson, when only the best will do.
This is the Nate Brown Show. From the biggest national names to the hottest stories across South Dakota. Welcome to the Nate Brown Show. Here's your host, Nate Brown.
All right, welcome in the Nate Brown Show. We're ready. Second hour. It is a Reaction Monday. If you've missed us, I appreciate that. If not, we're back anyway. We're ready. South Dakota Sports Talk Show live, Fox Sports Radio. A week off, and Rob Keighron took a week as well. You played in your member guest golf tournament, and you survived. I don't know if you thrived. How did you do?
I thrived, absolutely. My brother and I absolutely thrived in that terrible heat that we had all weekend.
My goodness.
My goodness is a good way to say it. It was Saturday morning getting up to play. I think by 9 a.m. We started at 8. By 9 a.m. it was like 92 degrees. And that's going to be a really rough day if at 9 a.m. it's 92 degrees. And we were out there from about 8 o'clock in the morning. My brother and I finished playing about somewhere around 6:20 or so in the evening, 6:30 in the evening, somewhere over there. So we had a lot of golf that we played that whole day on Saturday, but we absolutely thrived.
And drank plenty of water, I hope, anyway, but drank plenty of something. We will get to that. Rob Keighron is in. Reaction Monday on the Nate Brown Show, the member guest tournament. I took my vacation. I went over my... I had 5 sports experiences from my vacation. I did that in the opening monologue, and somebody sent in a text and said, hey, that was a great opening monologue, but Sioux Falls won the Little League Championship. Why didn't you? Well, big surprise.
Yeah.
Big surprise.
Every year.
They win it every year, so congrats, by the way, to the Sioux Falls Little League. They won again, and they're off to the Central Plains Regional. My sports observations on vacation were interesting. I'm going to get to those. One is the World Cup deal. So you've been to Vegas for NFL Sunday, for March Madness, for all that stuff. I have as well. World Cup viewing in Vegas. Now, I was there a couple of weekends. Mexico was playing. Yep. Argentina was playing. I put it up there. I'm going to casino, to hotels, to restaurants, to sports books. World Cup viewing was up there, maybe better interest, passion than NFL Sunday. And if you've seen an NFL Sunday there, it's big. And I saw World Cup when it was Mexico and when it was Argentina. It was off the charts. Does that surprise you?
I'd say yes and no, Nate. It surprises me, one, because of how big the NFL is in our country, right? NFL is completely king, particularly when it comes to gambling, watching on Sundays. So it does surprise me a little. But Vegas is a very cosmopolitan city. It attracts a worldwide audience of people who, when people who are not from the United States think of America, they think of a few different things, right? I think they think of New York. I think you would admit that.
Yep.
I think they think of Hollywood. You would admit that.
Yeah.
And they think of the largesse, how big and grand and over-the-top Las Vegas is, right? Like, there's no such thing. There's no kind of Las Vegas in any other country in the world.
No, everything. I mean, just... everything's in mass.
Right. And so the fact that the World Cup is here in the United States, and if you're traveling here, maybe you extend your trip by a couple days. You couldn't get tickets to watch your team in the stadium, but you can go watch it in Las Vegas. You know it's going to be a big celebration. So yes and no, it doesn't surprise me. I guess I probably would have thought NFL Sunday would still be bigger. But the fact that you say it wasn't,
close. It was close. I can't quite say if it was or wasn't, but every restaurant for Mexico was packed. You couldn't get into a restaurant. If they had TVs, you couldn't get in. The Wynn Sportsbook for Argentina, just absolutely packed, 5 deep, and then people watching in the aisles. So the World Cup viewing, I thought that kind of gave me a heads up. This is a big one. And you know how big World Cup is.
Absolutely. It's huge. And I think the fact that there really isn't a lot of competition right now, right? What other sport is going on that is absolutely a must-watch while the World Cup is going on? I think that plays a factor in it, too.
By the way, MLB All-Star break has hit, and then you got World Cup semifinals starting tomorrow. So here's what I did not like from last week. I'm watching 2 of these games in the World Cup. Now, if you're a soccer expert, you're going to know this. If you're just kind of casually watching, and I was with some people that know soccer a little bit, and they were watching 2 games now. There was a review of non-called fouls. So there's a foul in the game. Normally the official in the center ref calls it. He didn't call these. It took away 2 goals. One was for Norway. Another one was for Egypt last week. And these were game-deciding goals because they ended up going to overtime and the whole thing. And the other team won. So you can review because of the instant replay. This would be like the NFL. Let's take it in this terms. NFL, touchdown, we're going to review holding. It wasn't called on the play. Right. It's subjective. I'm going to look at it. Yeah, did the right tackle hold a little bit? We're taking the touchdown off the board. People would lose their minds. That's what they're doing. Do you like this?
I absolutely don't like it, Nate. In particular, what I don't like is, you use the word instant replay. If it were done in an instant, I might be okay with it, right? Like if there was like a sky judge, right, which sometimes now happens in the NFL where they buzz down to the official and say right away, hey, we missed something there, let's correct it right away. Okay, I could kind of understand that. But in the run of play, particularly I think the game you're talking about is the Argentina game, probably one of the ones.
Argentina-Egypt, yep.
Okay, so in that game, the play is all the way down on the other end. There's theoretically a foul there. It goes all the way back the other way for a goal, and then you call it back because now we've decided that we've seen that. if you're going to do that, you have to stop them from going all the way down the field. You have to stop the play right there so that there isn't this huge rush of momentum the other way. And then, well, now we finally got the goal is scored, and now we're going to look at it. No, stop. If we're going to do this, and I don't like doing it at all. I'd rather I'd rather let it go.
So you just got to, if it's called on the field, here's how I said it with the guys I was with. I said, this is new to the soccer, this VAR review like this. You go back and look at fouls that weren't called. If you call it there and you want to review it, hey, was it or was it not? I'm okay with that. But if it's a no call, I can make up a call.
See, I'm okay with the first part that you mentioned for sure. If you called it and then you realized it wasn't, okay, that's fair to overturn. The only exception I would make in a no call becoming a call would be a blatant penalty to the point where it would be a penalty kick. Like a foul is committed in the box where on the offensive player who's trying to score, they didn't call it. They go take a review and say, you know what, we just missed it, right? There are 22 guys on the field. There's one official. It's not as in the NFL where we have 7 officials on the field, right?
That would be like reviewing a scoring play, which they often do in the NFL. It has to be like, hey, this was a touchdown. Let's review it.
Yeah, or even, to the point where the player was attempting to score a goal, was fouled.
Yes.
There was no foul. That is an exception I'm willing to make. On the other end of play, when it's just a foul,
and you've let it continue all the way to score,
it's crazy. You're right. It is absolutely nuts. You're not stopping the play. You're letting the play go, letting a completely different outcome happen, and then saying, "Oh, by the way, that doesn't count because I missed something 47 seconds ago on the other end of the field."
It's a killer for the sport. Now, soccer fans will say, "Come on, you guys sound like dipwads. You're just coming in, watching the World Cup, and you don't watch soccer every day." I understand. It looks bad for the sport to me, and I would say the same thing about the NFL reviewing a holding. And by the way, some fouls are subjective, right? I mean, they are subjective. Well, was that a foul? Was it not?
Think about it. Like in the NFL, we tried for a year or 2 years to start reviewing pass interferences, right? They realized after that debacle
it was terrible.
Well, I think it was the Rams and the Saints game.
Terrible.
Okay. It was the Vikings and the Saints. Sorry, wasn't it? Or it was one of those two. It was the Saints game. If you remember that pass interference. Once they realized that they couldn't consistently hold a standard of how to apply those review calls, well, then they had to stop doing it. Well, what's the difference in soccer, right? Like, there are so many of these ones that have happened. Not just that one. There's probably 10 calls in this World Cup where it could have gone either way, and they're reviewing it and changing the call. It's not clear. It's not conclusive. Let the play go. You missed it. Unless it would have given a scoring opportunity where you have to give a penalty kick,
I'm with you on that.
Then don't just let it go.
Somebody gets taken down in the box. That's a big penalty kick opportunity. I'm with you there. A regular foul, 100 yards down the field, and then you let it. And by the way, Norway got hit on it on Saturday. It was a goal from a corner kick, a goal. They reviewed and said, no, Holland, the big, tall, blonde guy, Holland, he had a foul, so he took the goal away. I'm just saying, if you don't call it on the field, why are we calling it? You missed it. That's part of sports.
Absolutely. It has been
but you like instant replay. You like it. I'm consistent on this. I don't love it. I don't love baseball instant replay, everything and their mother. You like all this, so you're down there cheering in Las Vegas when they took that Egypt goal away.
No, definitely not. I like instant replay when it's instant. I think if it takes it longer than 30 seconds, then it's not conclusive enough. But you just don't know what happened, and you have to let it go.
That's soccer. Everything takes forever. Subs, VAR, they have to do the outline of the time. I mean, why do you have to do that?
Okay, you're right. It's all a little bit goofy, but be fair. The games take about 2 hours and 5 minutes,
yeah,
right?
I'm okay with that.
You like that part.
I do like that timing of it. Do you like VAR review? No call on the field. They go to the VAR, and then they overturn goals. I hate it. And you think it's a bad look for the sport. Bad look? Because it overturned. It changed those 2 games.
Absolutely. There have been other ones where, like, the ball barely... I think it was the Portugal game against Croatia. If you remember this one, the ball barely glazed the Croatia guy's head, and so that puts his player off sides.
They wouldn't have called
that. You couldn't see it with the naked eye. And they said that because of the chip that was in the ball, it detected that there was movement at that moment.
Yeah, but you guys love it. You love it. You want the chip in the ball for the first down.
I don't want the chip in
you
the
love it.
Well,
you
for
don't
the first down, I want it for sure because we're dealing with millimeters here.
You want it. They dealt with a millimeter. It hit his hair.
But that's a little much. And the offsides calls where they're just, a half an inch off. It's like, I'm not a big fan of that.
You can't legislate sports. And you want to do it in the NFL, and then you don't like the goofy VAR stuff in soccer. Can't have it both ways.
Sure I can.
I'm
from New York City. I can have it as many ways as I like.
By the way, good call on that. They go to this VAR, and every little thing, you got a pinky offside. A pinky, and they call it because it comes, oh, no, this is accurate. Say, you guys dreamt this up. You guys wanted this. That's all I'll say. Coming right back, top 10 NFL QBs have been ranked by coaches, scouts, and GMs. So these are the real guys that know. Do they know? I've got a couple of guys they miss coming up.
This is the Nate Brown.
There's nothing like it. Not for hundreds of miles in any direction. A gathering space for all kinds of people from all kinds of backgrounds. To share, to revel, to stand together and celebrate life's greatest moments.
We are number one. So you can always be their number one. Black Hills Surgical Hospital and Black Hills Orthopedic and Spine Center. The number one hospital in the nation for major orthopedic surgery.
The summer heat will be here soon, but our hot summer savings sale starts now. Get $1,200 off every door and $800 off every window with no money down, no interest, and no payments for 12 months. Plus an extra 5% off the entire project if purchased on initial consultation. Hurry, this exclusive offer won't last long. Now's the perfect time to upgrade your windows and doors, so grab these hot savings while you can. Call today or visit RBARapidCity.com to book your free estimate.
What do you call a place? It's one of Deadwood's largest casinos, but is it really a casino? Because you can't decide, should I play or eat or wait? There's a liquor-infused ice cream bar? I mean, you're playing craps one minute, and the next you're looking at a charcuterie board? What even is that? Never mind the gunfight outside, you don't have time for that. You've got espressos to down and games to bet on and a pub with 48 whiskeys? What do you even call a place like that?
I didn't know anything about radon. I didn't know it's a gas you can't see or smell. I didn't know it's radioactive from decaying uranium deep underground. It can seep through cracks in your foundation and collect in your house. 1 in 15 homes have high levels, and you don't know if yours is one of them unless you have your home tested. And radon? Well, radon is the second leading cause of lung cancer in America. I wish I would have known that.
Call Blackburn Foundation Repair for radon testing and mitigation.
There are 1 billion credit card transactions around the world every day. That's 11,698 swipes a second. It's easy to forget that behind each one, there's a person, a family, a dream, a connection being made. The Black Hills Federal Credit Union Visa, for members who want to make the most of every transaction.
South Dakota's sports talk show, The Nate Brown.
All right, welcome back in. A Reaction Monday. Glad to be back on the Nate Brown Show, South Dakota Sports Talk Show on Fox Sports Radio. Our affiliates are KWSN Sioux Falls and Fox Sports Rapid City. Welcome in both sides of the state. Rob Keighron, welcome him in. Reaction Monday is back in. Did you win your member guest? Were you competing at all? Were you in the top 10? I mean, let's get a highlight here.
Yeah, absolutely, Nate. So 10 flights of 6 teams in the member guest, so 60 teams, so 60 members plus 60 guests. So you play 5 matches on Friday and Saturday. My brother and I tied our first match of the tournament and then won our next 4.
Wow.
To win our flight. And so to move on to the Grand Derby, which is 13 teams playing 5 holes, eliminating a number of teams per hole, I can proudly say that the duo of Rob and Mike Keighron came in 4th place.
Okay. Not bad, though.
Eliminated on the next to last hole with a couple of poor shots by me. I'll be very fair. I kind of crumbled right at the end there, but we both played very well in the Derby. I did make about a 25-foot right-to-left putt on the first Derby hole with about 300 people watching for a birdie. And let's just say, if you think I'm loud on this radio show, you could have heard me from Sheridan Lake at the Arrowhead Country Club.
Wow, I'm going to have to think about doing some coverage of this, maybe in my next life. But that might be interesting, to say the least. It looked like a good crowd out. So 4th out of 60.
4th out of 60. That's not nothing to be proud of. My brother and I are very proud of our performance.
That's not bad. So that's your highlight from Rob Keighron's golf experience this past weekend. I've got a highlight here to start the show this Monday, and the NFL put this out. So this is perfect for Rob. He loves ball. We love talking NFL. They put out the top 10 NFL QBs now. So it's that time of year, July 13th. This is ESPN's survey. Coaches, scouts, and GMs. So we're talking the guys that make the decisions here. They rank their top 10 NFL QBs. And if you haven't seen it, we'll just run through it. I'll just run through it. Number 10, Caleb Williams. Number 9, Jared Goff. Boy, I thought Rob would have had him up there, number 3. But Drake May, number 8. Justin Herbert, number 7. Dak Prescott, 6. Lamar Jackson, 5th. Joe Burrow, 4th. Matthew Stafford, 3rd. Patrick Mahomes, 2nd. Josh Allen, 1. So, are there names missing from the top 10 Rob Keighron list?
I would say 1. I think there's 1. I think you maybe can argue there's 2 missing. But I think there's 1 for sure.
So you got to take a guy off and put a guy on.
And I think they come from the same division. I think there's 1 NFC North quarterback who's in there who shouldn't be, and he should be replaced by another one.
Really?
And I would say that Caleb Williams is not quite there yet in the top 10, but Jordan Love is. And I'm not a huge Jordan Love fan. But Jordan Love right now is a better QB than Caleb Williams. Now, that might change over the next year or two, but Jordan Love has been pretty consistent as a quarterback for the Packers over the last few years. And last year in particular, he really minimized his mistakes. And I think that gets him just on the edge there, gets him into that top 10, sneaks him in there. And I just don't think Caleb is there yet. I think he needs another year or 2.
I am with you on that. I'm going to take Caleb. So nobody else. Do you like the rankings, how they are? I mean, you'd like to put Matthew Stafford there, number 1, I understand, but do you like the rankings?
I generally do. I think that Justin Herbert, who I used to be a huge fan of, has gone down a couple of notches. I probably would have knocked him down to somewhere near 9 or 10. I would have moved Goff and May up over him, over Herbert. Over Herbert. Let's be fair, Nate. Herbert's never won anything. Say what you want about May, even though they were terrible in the Super Bowl. He did get them to a Super Bowl.
Can we cool it on Drake May? He's not in my top 10. He shouldn't even be on the list. Can we cool? This guy had one good season. What are we doing?
Who's replacing him then?
That's replacing him? I'll take Sam Darnold easy.
Oh, you and the Sam Darnold love.
Well, you understand this. Sam Darnold, at least he's had 2 excellent years. 2 top 3 stat years. I mean, this guy... and a Super Bowl champion, and here we got Drake May. 1 good year against a weak AFC East. and we got him all of a sudden at top 10. So May's out. Sam Darnold's in for me. Caleb Williams is out. Jordan Love is in for me. I'm not going to put Bo Nix up there, but Bo Nix at number 18 right before Daniel Jones. Now, that's ridiculous. What do NFL coaches have against Sean Payton and Bo Nix?
I think they see him more of as a system quarterback, right? Doesn't have to. Bo Nix is not the prototypical quarterback who carries the team on his shoulders, makes a lot of good plays, makes a lot of smart decisions, but isn't that dynamic kind of quarterback. No, I think you have to be fair about that. They
don't have a running game. I mean, this guy's the only offense we've had.
He's not that quarterback that you think of when you think of even like a Jalen Hurts for some of the mistakes that he makes. He can change a game radically with his legs, with the way he throws the ball. Nix, not to say that he's not mobile, because he certainly is. Nix doesn't have that level, and he might. It's not impossible for him to develop into that over the next year or two.
Is he better than Daniel Jones?
Bo Nix? Yes. I mean, that is
they barely have it.
That's crazy that Daniel Jones made it that close to Bo Nix. I know. I saw that.
Yeah.
It's crazy that he made it that close to him, because I do think Nix probably should have gone up a couple or two. I also love Brock Purdy, who's been hurt a lot, and so that's why I get why he's down a little bit more. Mayfield, I think, if you'd taken this poll 2 years ago, would have been way up there.
Yeah,
but the fact that he's dropped, and so I would have been fine with Nix being above Mayfield for sure.
Here's two of the guys overrated to me. Actually, three guys. Dak Prescott, number 6. I mean, is Dak really? I mean, you talk about what have you done? He's done nothing. Absolutely zero.
I can't disagree with that.
I don't know why people think Prescott's number 6. Drake May, one good year, and you guys have crowned him. He's in the top 10. And then Jared Goff, I'm still waiting for the big wins. I'm still waiting. He's got a good team. He never can win big.
Year in, year out, they're consistent and they win games since he's been there.
And your guy got rid of him, Sean McVay, got rid of him, so must not like him too much. And all of a sudden, Jared Goff. So give me Sam Darnold, though, top 10 for sure. You have to. And you wouldn't.
I would not. I think he's just outside 11 or 12.
And give me Jordan Love. I'll put him at number 10. Caleb Williams, can't have Williams up there. Speaking of just like one good year, he hasn't done enough. Would you put Josh Allen over Mahomes? That's the last one.
Absolutely. At this point, I would.
You love winning. Winning.
Yeah, no, but Mahomes didn't win anything last year. Let's be fair, right? I mean, they were bad last year. I think if you're telling me going into this year, who's the quarterback that I can count on the most, I think it's Allen, right? Not because that Mahomes isn't a consummate winner. He certainly is. I think when you factor in all the things around, who's the one guy that can elevate his team more than anyone else? I think that's Allen. I think even you would agree with that. Mahomes needs some guys around him, right? He needs at least a couple of guys around him to do it. Allen has done it with a bunch of spare parts for a number of years now.
Yeah, we'll see where Mahomes is at. I'm going to put Josh Allen there. I'm a Josh Allen homer. But Mahomes, to me, if he has another down year, then he starts falling. I still can't quite think Mahomes is number 2. I think you'd still have to put Mahomes number 1. Stafford number 3, I guess.
What do you mean you guess? He wins every year. He wins year in and year out.
Speaking of falling off a cliff, that's going to happen. It's going to be like you guys down the stretch at your member guest Saturday.
Wow, that's rough. Anyway, that's very uncalled for. 4th out of 60, and as my white pasty Irish skin was melting in the 102
But you did have a chance, and you let it slide. By the way, I was while Rob was playing golf, I was in Las Vegas Saturday, and this was a huge traffic jam, huge event. It was a massive event. And then it went south quick. We'll discuss it next.
This is South Dakota's Sports Talk Show.
Sagging, bouncing, or uneven floors? Call Blackburn Foundation Repair. Standing water or high humidity? Nasty odors or dangerous mold? Call Blackburn. Critters, bugs, or other pests? That's right. Call Blackburn. It's a fact. Crawl space problems don't get better with time, but they do get better when you call Blackburn Foundation Repair. Call Blackburn Foundation Repair today.
Could there be a better name? Auto Value Parts Stores.
They aren't just about air fresheners or fuzzy dice. Auto Value Parts stores are all about parts, auto parts, and advice. Pros who know auto parts with tons of tips when you need them the most. You want real value? Don't go to a place with a cute name. Go to Auto Value. Could there be a better name? I didn't think so. Your Auto Value Parts store. We've got the parts, we've got the smarts.
If you're a business owner, you've invested your blood, sweat, and tears into your business. Long days, sleepless nights, all to build something that matters. But what if something happened to you tomorrow? What happens to everything you've built? Do you have a plan? Does your family have a plan? Contact Lee Cruz with New York Life right here in Rapid City. There are affordable options you maybe haven't considered. Just spend 15 minutes protecting what took you years to build. Call Lee Cruz, 605-360-8804, or Google Lee Cruz New York Live.
Hanging with Brian from Anytime Auto Sales. I see new models of stand-up and teardrop campers on your lot.
Yes, you do. We're proud to feature the new SGC Armor line of campers from Bontrager Outdoors. Bang for the buck, there's just nothing out there like these new super cool Armor campers and Bontrager teardrops.
And the suspension these campers have? Wow, so impressive.
All our campers come standard with the off-road package. Bontrager and Armor just ramped boondocking up another notch. And right now, you'll get the best price all year on these 2026 ultra-light, ultra-beefy, option-loaded campers and teardrops.
You gotta check out these new look campers, people. The new designs are fantastic, and so many options for their size.
And so many options for towing. No need for a diesel or a big truck. These only weigh around 1,500 to 2,000 pounds, so they can be towed by almost any rig.
Check out these new 2026 Bontrager and SGC Armor campers, everyone. See anytime.com, and as always at the corner of Highway 79 and East Minnesota.
Anytime Auto Sales.
Shop the region's unmatched selection of beer, wine, and spirits at your Mr. Liquor stores in Rapid City. This month's specials include an $8.50 savings on handles of Jose Cuervo tequila, now $29.99. A 175 of Crown Royal, now just $48.99. And choose all varieties of black box wines for only $17.49. All this plus rare allocated bourbons and exclusive in-store barrel picks. Available at both Mr. Liquor stores in Rapid City, off Cantron next to Walmart, or the original Mr. Liquor on the corner of West Chicago and Sturgis Road in Rapid City.
Hi, this is David Brenneman with Coldwell Banker Black Hills Legacy in Rapid City. Have you thought about buying a home or real estate in the Black Hills? Maybe you want to upgrade to your forever home? I have been helping people in the Black Hills find the right home for nearly 20 years. When it comes to buying or selling, experience matters. Let me do the work and you can open the door to your new home. Say hello to a good buy with me, David Brenneman. To get started, just Google David Brenneman, Coldwell Banker.
This is The Nate Brown Show, also streaming live on YouTube. Subscribe to The Nate Brown Show on YouTube.
Welcome back in the Nate Brown Show live. Rob Keighron is in. It's a Reaction Monday. Glad you're here. The week is just starting. We're back at it. South Dakota Sports Talk Show live. If you haven't been around, it's just been 1 week. I know it feels like forever. You're telling me. We're back on Fox Sports Radio. So I was on this vacation, and I went to Las Vegas, and then I went over to Ventura, Malibu, California. Nice out there. It wasn't 100 degrees. You wonder why people like that, Rob? 75 every day.
Right on the water. Beautiful.
Just
beautiful
perfect.
area.
So it wasn't 100. Then I went to Las Vegas, and it's as hot in South Dakota as it is in Vegas. So I'm walking around, and there's people all over the place. And I'm thinking, well, it's Saturday night in Vegas, pretty busy. And then my guy tells me, he's like, well, no, I mean, McGregor's fighting tonight. Conor McGregor for the first time in 5 years. I'm like, oh, my God, that's tonight? It was at T-Mobile Arena, huge arena, the whole thing. So here's the deal. Have people seen what happened? Conor McGregor steps in. This is the main card, UFC. This is the main fight. He's ready to go. They hyped it up. Getting paid millions of dollars. Fans spending tens of thousands of dollars for some of these seats. And McGregor makes it. Barely. He gets knocked down right away. He's injured. He gets back up. Looked like an ACL, right? He popped his knee. He's going to have surgery. So no fight. They just wasted the whole thing. People made it through all the undercard, and then you make it for the big thing. There was cars lined up. I was driving by, cars lined up going into that thing. It lasts 20 seconds, and what do you do about that if you're a fan, if you're the UFC? What should happen?
There's nothing that can happen.
What?
There's nothing. What could they possibly do?
It's called a rain check. You know when you go to these baseball games and it gets rained out by the second inning? It's a rain check.
Okay.
You have those tickets. It says rain check.
Yeah, this is a whole card, right? This is a whole event
No,
night.
you're not going to watch Tommy Dinglenuts.
I'm not saying that's why you're going, but it is a whole event night, right? It goes on for 3 hours or so, right? This is not. There wasn't just 2 matches. There was 5 or 6 or 7 matches.
The cars I saw were lined up down the strip trying to get in for that one. Just the one at night.
I get it, but this has always been a problem. Certainly was a problem with you and I growing up with boxing. You and I can list many, many matches that went way too quickly when you were waiting up. I think of it as an East Coaster where I would wait up until 11:30 or 12 o'clock at night to get to the main event, and then Tyson would go knock someone out in, the matter of 17 seconds, and there was nothing left to watch. What is there to do other than when you have an event that isn't scheduled for a certain amount of time or quarters or periods, and it could end at any moment?
There's got to be. There's got to be some rain check here. I understand he could have got knocked out round 1 or whatever. This is 20 seconds. There was no fight, essentially. There was no fight. You got to say no contest, and you got to do something for the fans.
What would you do? Give them their money back?
Something.
No way.
You have to refund something. That's a raw deal. That's a scam.
No, it is not a scam. It is buyer beware. This is why you would never go to an event like that.
What?
Precisely because this could happen, and you don't.
Me and you wouldn't go, but there was thousands of you. It was a sellout.
That's not my fault that they're silly enough to spend that kind of money on something that you and I probably could have predicted might happen. The guy hasn't fought in 5 years. There's a reason for that. He's a bit older. This is a young man's game. He goes in there and clearly almost looks like a non-contact injury as he falls backwards. He's not meant for this anymore. If you decided you wanted to go spend that kind of money and sit in that arena for hours at a time waiting for this main event, it's on you, not on them.
Wow. So you're just going to let that go? You think nothing should happen for the fans? What if it's another one? You go to Wimbledon.
Yeah.
You're there at Wimbledon. It gets rained out. You get a rain check there. You get to come back.
Because it didn't happen, right? It didn't happen.
I got to get
no
credit
event happened.
Give me a credit for another UFC fight.
I'll give you another one. You want to go to Wimbledon? Let's go to Wimbledon. You show up for yesterday afternoon. That's 4 p.m. local in London. You show up for Sinner and Zverev, right, for the men's final. And the first game of the first set. So they just warmed up. They took their warm-ups for 15 minutes. First game of the first set, Zverev hurts his knee sliding for a ball, and he has to retire. And so it's a walkover. Sinner wins the match, and it's all over with. What are you supposed to do?
Yeah.
You want them to give you tickets to next year's men's final because you paid for this year's?
I do.
That's crazy. It's part of sports. It's part of sports, particularly when it's 1v1 in sports. Sometimes these things happen. Unfortunate events happen. You don't get compensated for that. Rain, different story. Injury, no way.
That's a different story. So fans, they just get hosed. The ticket prices are out of control. I spent $20,000 for a second row ticket, and I'm here for McGregor, and it's over, and that's it. If I'm the UFC, I think you should do something to make your fans happy. If you're getting that much, that much money.
I don't know what you would do other than give them another event.
Like I said,
free.
credit.
Yeah,
Give me a credit to attend another UFC event in Las Vegas.
Okay, that's if you bought the tickets from the UFC. What about if you bought it from the secondary market? Now what? Who gives you that money back?
Well, you've
really opened up a can of worms here, my friend Nate Brown.
So you're just going to let it go? I'm surprised. No consideration.
Let the buyer beware, Nate. Who's telling these people to spend all this crazy money on an event that is notorious for having quick knockouts and injuries and all kinds of weird things happen, even worse than when you and I were growing up watching boxing?
By the way, so you wouldn't go to boxing in Vegas?
No.
You wouldn't go to MMA?
Well, somebody gave me a ticket, I would go. Would I pay for it myself? No, I wouldn't. I wouldn't want to sit there for hours on end. There's so much time in between matches. The matches sometimes go too quick. The fact that I got to wait there all night for the main event and it might go something like this. if somebody invited me and they were paying for my ticket, of course I would go. It's interesting to be part of live sports.
The conspiracy theorist on this now, which there always is for every single thing that happens, is he was hurt before he went into it, and that's what people are thinking, and he just went into it because, hey, we got all these fans, they all spent this money, I got the purse, I got the payday, I'm going to go into this.
Is it possible?
You buy that?
I don't buy it, but I wouldn't say it's completely impossible for that to have happened. That, maybe sometime over the last week or two, he did hurt himself, and he's like, let me try to, with a good attitude, let me try to bear through this and really fight and give it my all and give the crowd an experience, also collect my money. And then he was never able to do it. I wouldn't say it's impossible. I got to see some evidence that was the case, but it's not impossible that happened.
By the way, all I ask is there's got to be some minimum time or round or something for McGregor to get paid too. I mean, this guy shows up, tears his ACL, and he gets $30 million? That's unbelievable.
I could see something where
in the contract?
Now the fighters are never going to go for this, but I think you're onto something there, that the contract says for you to get paid X amount, you need to go this far, right? And I don't know that it has to be a whole round, but maybe it's, 3 minutes or something, right, of the 5, that, that there is something that everyone has seen for you to collect on that, right? Because if you get to a third round, the rating is even bigger, right? The fact that there's that many people who now start hearing about it on Twitter or paying attention to it, and now they're watching.
I agree with that.
I could see that. But you're still going to get paid something for all the training you've done and showing up to that fight. But maybe you don't get your full amount unless you go to a certain level.
That'd be like NBA players not playing in the postseason. They're like, hey, I'm just not going to play. I'm not doing well. And a lot of times people will put in injury stuff, right? I mean, you have that in NFL contracts, injuries.
Oh, absolutely. But I think even in those kind of team sports, you're generally getting paid if you've started and then you get hurt, right? Like they're not going to, you get hurt in the first quarter of the first game of the season. They don't say like, well, we're not going to pay you anymore. Now you get hurt before you play. That's a different story.
There is some of that.
Yep.
There is some of that. By the way, I'm going to come back with this. I had one more experience Saturday night from a sports side. We'll see if Rob Keighron likes this guy that I ran into. And U.S. men's national team. It's over. They got beat a long time ago, but what did we take away from it? Coming up.
This is the Nate.
There's nothing like it. Not for hundreds of miles in any direction. A gathering space for all kinds of people from all kinds of backgrounds. To share, to revel, to stand together and celebrate life's greatest moments.
We are number one, so you can always be their number one. Black Hills Surgical Hospital and Black Hills Orthopedic and Spine Center. The number one hospital in the nation for major orthopedic surgery.
The summer heat will be here soon, but our hot summer savings sale starts now. Get $1,200 off every door and $800 off every window with no money down, no interest, and no payments for 12 months. Plus an extra 5% off the entire project if purchased on initial consultation. Hurry, this exclusive offer won't last long. Now's the perfect time to upgrade your windows and doors, so grab these hot savings while you can. Call today or visit RBARapidCity.com to book your free estimate.
What do you call a place that's one of Deadwood's largest casinos, but is it really a casino? Because you can't decide, should I play or eat or wait, there's a liquor-infused ice cream bar? I mean, you're playing craps one minute and the next you're looking at a charcuterie board? What even is that? Never mind the gunfight outside, you don't have time for that. You've got espressos to down and games to bet on and a pub with 48 whiskeys? What do you even call a place like that?
didn't know anything about radon. I didn't know it's a gas you can't see or smell. I didn't know it's radioactive from decaying uranium deep underground. It can seep through cracks in your foundation and collect in your house. 1 in 15 homes have high levels, and you don't know if yours is one of them unless you have your home tested. And radon? Well, radon is the second leading cause of lung cancer in America. I wish I would have known that.
Call Blackburn Foundation Repair for radon testing and mitigation.
There are 1 billion credit card transactions around the world every day. That's 11,698 swipes a second. It's easy to forget that behind each one, there's a person, a family, a dream, a connection being made. The Black Hills Federal Credit Union Visa, for members who want to make the most of every transaction.
From high school to college to the pros, from Rapid City to Sioux Falls, the Nate Brown Show is South Dakota's sports talk show.
All right, wrapping up the show tonight, a Reaction Monday with Rob Keighron on the Nate Brown Show. Fox Sports Radio, KWSN Sioux Falls, and Fox Sports Rapid City. Ready to go with the Nate Brown Show podcast. That'll be going up after tonight's show. Let's do this. Saturday night, besides the McGregor fight that was a flop in Vegas, I was at the Win and Encore, the NBA Summer League going on. I run into your guy, New York Knicks assistant coach, Rick Brunson, Jalen Brunson, the MVP of the NBA Finals. His dad, he was down there coaching, probably head coach for Summer League. And my daughter got a picture. I turned into the picture guy. I sent that to you. What do you think?
He did. I love it. I love the fact that, he just won a championship with his coaching his son. I love the fact that your daughter went up there and got a photo with him.
He did that. He didn't look like he really wanted to, but it was in the middle of the Win, and he was kind of looking around like, are we going to create a scene? Is everybody going to start coming up? But we got a picture with Rick Brunson. We'll take that for New York Knicks, Rob Keighron's team. Last but not least, U.S. men's national team loses to Belgium. Everybody's saying the 4-1 loss. Was this the worst thing? I mean, this was terrible from where we were to where we are. What do you say about the U.S. men's national team?
I think it was a blow to our egos when we thought we were so good. I think it was a reality check for us. I think it shows us that we're not that good at soccer and that this was all a bit of a paper tiger, that we beat nobody going into those games. And when we finally played some real competition, and when we did something that we shouldn't have done, which is get Balogun back in that game, even though he should have never gotten the red card in the first place, you don't circumvent the rules. Bad calls happen in sports all the time. The guy stays on the bench. You actually use that as a rallying point for your team.
They would have been more juiced, I think, if you would have been out.
You motivated that Belgian team to beat us on our own home field, and we embarrassed ourselves in that game. We looked like we didn't belong. We looked like deers in headlights. We have no business playing against big-time soccer teams across the world.
You just did the Rob Keighron indictment.
None. We stink. We stink. We're awful. And we don't belong on the same field. Did you watch the game?
Let's take it easy.
Did you watch the game?
I did. We had a bad game, and you're just ruining the whole World Cup that we played. It was a bad game.
Because who did we beat? We beat Paraguay.
Yeah, they were pretty good, by the way.
They beat Germany, who was a little overrated, and then against France, they stunk. We beat Australia, who did nothing the rest of the tournament.
They made it to the knockout round.
We beat Bosnia, who did nothing the rest of they were a third-place team. We actually lost to a Turkey team. Once again, what can't we do? What can we do? The only European team we could beat is Bosnia. Sorry, Bosnia is not the big haven for soccer in Europe. Please, Belgium's a real team, and we don't belong on the same field. We don't belong tying their shoelaces. That's how bad we are at soccer.
Oh, come on. Come on.
Come on, what? Did you watch the game? We were atrocious.
That was a bad game.
It was an embarrassment. I felt embarrassed.
We have taken steps.
What steps? We're the round of 16. We've done better with other teams where we made it to the quarterfinals. We stunk. We don't belong. on the same stage.
This is European bias. He used to live over there. Anyway, by the way, 64 teams. The FIFA president mentioned that today.
God, no.
64.
How could we make it worse by making it even longer and more drawn out?
He saw March Madness is going to 72.
With some more fake games. We'll just have more fake games leading into the actual World Cup tournament.
He said the entire world should be able to enjoy the soccer World Cup.
Yeah, but there's not 64 good teams to play. There's not 32 good enough teams to play in these tournaments.
I didn't think you'd be so hard on our guys. We had one bad game no matter what Rob says. And tomorrow, France taking on Spain, the first semifinal. For Rob Keighron, it's Nate Brown. We're back tomorrow on South Dakota Sports Talk Show, and the podcast going up right now.
Looking for future leaders we can trust and believe in?